Hey y'all, welcome back to TiyeSiya. Today I want to do something a little bit different because I did do a meditation with myself this morning and I did end up opening up the Bible. And what I want to say first thing first is that I would like to show the versatility when it comes to spirituality, because I know that I often get online and I talk to you guys about the tarot cards, right? Today, however, I did take time to open my Bible, and today we are going to be talking about Revelations chapter 3. I think I'm gonna go for a little bit. I'm not sure which one I'm gonna stop at, but I definitely want to take the time to show you guys the versatility of spirituality, where you can pick up a Bible or you can pick up, some passage from the Nation of Islam, or you can take a moment to feel Buddhist and meditate a little bit. So I am going to cleanse the space. I did actually add a bay leaf to my sage today because I really want to thank, first of all, the creators, God, for just this moment to share with you guys, because I feel like it's so important for us to expand ourselves more than what we've taught ourselves to do. Hey Shakana, how's it going? So I know that typically everybody comes to the readings because I'm doing tarot reading, but today, once again, if you have a Bible in front of you, or if you have a cell phone, if you want to pull up the Bible app right now, we're going to be reading from Revelations 3. I think it's really important for us to understand that we are a compilation of everything, not just one thing. Just like how people are so big to say that, hey V, people are so quick to say, oh, well, I'm a Sagittarius, so, but really we're all horoscopes. All the planets affect us. Everything is a part of something else. And because we are so networked and so knit closely together, I really want to take the opportunity for us to share this moment, right? So like I said, I have the sage already gone. I've cleansed my area. I had the bay leaf. I thanked God for this opportunity to share with my friends, my family. So if you guys are ready, we're going to go ahead and get into this. I really hope that you guys receive a blessing from this passage as much as I did today. This is very something that I hold close to me. So when I get up here and I share with y'all, just know that it's meaningful to have you guys' response, and also to just know that you guys are somewhat on the same vibration as me. So we all need this, okay? So let's go ahead and get into it. And I'm thankful once again to have you guys' presence. Please go ahead and share this, and I hope that from whatever we learned today, we can move forward and be greater, right? So Revelations chapter 3, it says, "And unto the angel of the church in Sardis write, These things said he that hath the 7 spirits of God and the 7 stars. I know thy works, and that thou hast a name that livest, and art dead." So in the first verse, chapter 3, verse 1 of Revelations, we see that it opens up talking about 7 spirits of God and 7 stars. But really what it's talking about is legend. Okay, so we open up the chapter talking about someone who is a legend because they know their name, but they know that this person is dead. So we're talking about someone who they are so worthy, or their life span has been so long to a point where we have them being heard of and they're not even living. So let's take an example. Someone we know who legend lives on forever, Michael Jackson, Jesus. Okay, so these are people that they are no longer alive in this time, but hundreds of thousands of years later, 7 stars, 7 spirits later, we still know these people, right? So we're first off talking about the end all be all of someone who has done their part on earth, followed their purpose, so now they're a legend, right? This is how we open up chapter 1. It says, "Be watchful and strengthen the things which remain that are ready to die. For I have found thy works perfect. I have not found thy works perfect before God." So it says, be watchful and strengthen the things that remain. So what are things that remain? Are habits, right? And things that are ready to die. Ready to die are the things that we know we need to leave behind. Okay, so these are the things that we know they're not perfect before God. What that means immediately is that we are always constantly imperfect. We are always constantly evolving. We are always constantly growing. So we know that, first of all, to become a legend, we are constantly in a stage of growth. It says, remember therefore how thou hast received and heard, and hold fast and repent. If therefore thou shalt not watch, I will come unto thee as a thief, and thou shalt not know what hour I will come upon thee. So the message here is that we're not supposed to follow this way, this path, because we think that there's some type of reward. We don't know the time nor the hour. So this is saying that the new efforts that we're putting up about ourselves, how we're upholding ourselves, is supposed to be something that is just a part of us, right? Not something that we're doing for recognition, because we don't know the time of the hour. We don't know if God would come back while we're alive. We don't know if God would come back 3,000 years from now. The whole point is that you don't know when he's coming. So keep in mind to always put your best self first. Be of what is strengthening, and let go of what no longer should be anymore. It says, number 4, thou hast a few names, even in Sardis, which have not defiled their garments, and they shall walk with me in white, for they are worthy. So we're talking about the returning of Christ, how he is going to come back for just a few people who have not dirtied or unworthy their name. What that means is that everybody cannot go with us. Okay, immediately the body in the verse in chapter 4 tells us that not everybody that you surround yourself is on the same vibration as you. Not everybody that you see every day and that you meet and that you encounter is going to go forward with us. This is why salvation is an individual thing, because he's not saying that, oh, I'm going to help this group of people. No, he's saying that they are individuals whose names have not defiled their garments, and they will walk with me. So this is telling you immediately that spirituality is an individual journey, right? Number 5, he that overcometh, the same shall be clothed in white raiment, and I will not blot out his name in the book of life, but I will confess his name before my Father and before his angels. So this is when you're walking in the path that you're supposed to be going, and then it's so to a point where God, your ancestors, your spirit guides, the universe can back you up and say, you know what, this person understands their soul. This person has become one with their soul again. They are worthy of being able to move forward into this other life that is being prepared for us, because we know that earth is not our only home. This is why we feel uncomfortable at times. This is why some days we just feel like we're out of body, out of space, because before we are humans, guys, we are souls. Okay, so as a soul, we know that this is not our only place, and this is really our opportunity to face temptation on earth and see what, or if you can get in peace with your soul enough to find your path, okay, to find your purpose again, even when faced in adversity. It says 6, he that have an ear, let him hear what the Spirit says unto the churches. So it's saying that you're not going to find out with all your friends. He that have an ear. You could be in a whole group of people. How many times, y'all, common example, how many times have you been in a room with people and everybody has a different perspective about what happened in this room? So not everybody is going to hear. How many times have you known the right way to do something, and then you have to sit here and try to convince a friend or somebody else in a situation to agree with you? You know how exhausting it feels to keep on preaching to someone and they don't hear or they don't grasp, right? So this is what it's saying, he that have an ear. So not everybody is going to get the message. Just like right now I'm talking, not everybody's going to know what I'm talking about. But right now we are reading Revelation chapter 3. We're on verse 6 right now. I just want to say, he that have an ear, let him hear what the Spirit says unto the churches. What that's saying to you is that not everybody is going to get it. Not everybody is going, and it is meant for you as a person to be discerning as to when you're wasting your breath. And I hate to say the word wasting, but you know, okay? So know your crowd. Number 7, and to the angels of the church in Philadelphia write, these things said he that is holy, he that is true, he hath the key of David, he that openeth and no man shutteth, and shutteth and no man openeth. That means that the doors of opportunity that you open for yourself, no one else controls that door. Do you understand what that means? That means that when you have a thought, when you have a dream and you pursue it, unless you tell yourself no, that opportunity is yours. Do you understand that even in the Bible right here in chapter 3, verse 7, it's letting you know that you have the key to your own destiny. Do you understand that? And only you can open or close those doors, because what you allow people to tell you, the things that you allow yourself to believe, are the things that are going to help you move forward or affect you moving forward. Okay? So, he that have the key and that openeth, no man shutteth. Remember that. So what opportunity is for you, nobody is going to get in the way. And let's take a pause real quick. Let's talk about ways that we can sometimes stop our own manifestations. For instance, you ever hear the circumstance, don't tell others what you have going on until you're already done. Because other people prey on your opportunities. That is a fact. Because think about it. In verse 6, it talks about how not everybody has an ear. Okay? Think about how many people who have passed away in these thousands of years that we know nothing about. So we're not talking about people who are legendary. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? So he that hath a key of David, what he openeth, no man shutteth. Therefore, what that's saying to you is, yes, it is true. When you have your dreams, when you want to manifest something, it is good to keep it to yourself, because that is how you keep your door open, your window of opportunity open. It's not that they can shut it for you or that other forces can shut it for you. It's simply just the fact that they can make that window a little bit smaller by preying on your downfall. And that is the thing. The people that you trust, that is something that they do to you. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? So it is even in the Bible here that you are your own person. You are your own key. You have your own door, right? It says, I know thy works, number 8. We're on verse 8. I know thy works. Behold, I have set before thee an open door, and no man can shut it. For thou hast a little strength, and thou hast kept my word, and hast not denied my name. Guys, 3 steps given here for your opportunity to be given to you from God, from the universe, from whatever it is that you view. Because guys, I want you to understand that though I'm reading the Bible right now, spirituality is on an individual basis. Okay, so what you call your creator is what you call your creator. And you do not allow other people to put you in a bubble. Okay, don't do that. Because when you bubble up anything, you understand, you're putting a barrier on it. It's like water. Water has no form until you put it into a vessel. Okay? So it says, I have set thee in door and no man shut it. And we were talking about how that for thou hast little strength and hast kept my word and has not denied my name. So little strength. Y'all ever hear that saying, if you have the strength of a mustard seed? This is really just belief in yourself. That's a big thing right there. Belief in yourself. Not belief from others, not belief from your coworkers, not belief from people around you, belief, little strength. The strength of a mustard seed can move mountains. I remember growing up in church and hearing that all the time. So we want to talk about having belief in yourself is needed to continue this growth, right? To have this option. He also says, he has kept my word. So what is the word of God exactly? Okay, let's break that down. Let's take away the rules of society and just use universal laws. Okay, first thing first, your body's a temple. That would make sense. Don't you want to live long? Don't you want to be at your best? Don't you want yourself to be at the most cleanliness? Cleanliness is next to godliness. Okay, keeping his word. The words that you speak, the things that you say onto others. It's just things that you know to be the right thing. It's following your correct moral compass. Keeping God's word is speaking life into other people and to yourself as well. But you first. So I don't even want to talk about what we're doing to other people, because when you're so engrossed on your own path, you're not thinking about what X, Y, and Z has going on. Okay. So the second thing that we're going to talk about, other than having belief in yourself and God, is also keeping the word. So upkeeping yourself. This is time management. This is being productive. This is being certain of where your money is going. All the things that you do. This is just being conscious. Okay, being alive in this very present moment and accepting of that. Then we have, and has not denied my name. What does that mean? Don't get big-headed. Don't go with your ego saying, oh, all things happen because of me. You have to understand where your power is coming from. If it's not God that has given you the opportunity to live right now, you wouldn't be here. If he didn't say that you was a perfect creation, or if he didn't say that you was ready, or it is done, we wouldn't be here. Therefore, it is a thing about never forgetting where you came from. Never forgetting that certain humility about yourself. Okay, so we're going to add that as humility. We're going to be having faith. We're going to be timely. I want to say conscious of ourselves, aware. And then also the last thing is a level of humility, understanding that all my strength, all my power comes from the Lord. Everything that has been given to me is because he has said so. You understand what I'm saying to you? So it says number 9, behold, I will make of them the synagogue of Satan, which say they are Jews, and they are not, but do lie. Behold, I will make them come and worship before thy feet, and know that I have loved thee. What? All right, so let's break this down. I will make them of the synagogue of Satan, and say that who says that they're Jews and they're not, but they do lie. So think about this. There are people out there in the world who have claimed your spot. Let's put it like that. There are people out there who have our riches, who have our placements, our bank account numbers that we want. And at this moment, they're harboring it and saying that it's because of all the hard work they've done. We could take this back to slavery times for 400 years, where we were basically the economic force of America. Okay, and I say us as in Black Americans, right? So we have been pass and go, but not being paid, if that makes sense. So for 400 years, we have somebody else who has lived off of the backs of our ancestors. And so here we are, where it says that, behold, I will make them come and worship before thy feet, and know that I have loved you. So let me ask you a question. Have you not been blessed this whole time, regardless of how the circumstances have been? That's the first thing that I want to point out, is that even in adversity, because we are still in a matrix, we are still set in a system where it is not equally balanced. We are still every day fighting to be recognized for who we are and the things that we put onto this world. Imagine that it sits here and it says that I will make them come to you and worship before your feet, because they will know that I have loved you. What does it mean to have God's love in your life? Really sit back and think about that, because when I read this, I started to become so happy on the inside, because I know what God's love feels like. I've been homeless before. I've felt like as a parent, I couldn't do it anymore with my kids. I felt like maybe I didn't know the right plan. Okay. I've been in a position where I wanted to give all my love to someone and had them deny or tell me that I wasn't enough. As a person, as a human, it is okay that we have made those mistakes, but also learning our values within that, right? So much so to know that God loved me so much that I can look back at myself now and say, oh my God, I'm so grateful. I'm so thankful for who I am at this moment. How many times have you done that to yourself, where you can say, I'm so thankful, God, for all the things that you have done for me, all the things that you have brought me out of. I'm speaking because I know what I've been through. You understand? And so all these things that we break ourselves from, all these addictions, all these ways, you want to sit down and think to yourself, damn, I'm not even at the point where, so to speak, people are worshiping at my feet, but I'm worshiping at the feet of God himself, because I'm like, Lord, you done brought me through so much. I don't think y'all understand where I'm going with this. I just want to say, there is definitely a problem right now with the structure of our economy, of the structure that we are currently raising our children in, of the structure that we ourselves have been grown into. We are definitely living in a matrix. And I definitely want to bring out the fact that this is not how the story ends. In the Bible itself, it tells us the way, and it tells us the problem. It tells us the way to achieve this type of legendary status, where we can continue moving on and building this, for me personally, generational wealth for my children, and also passing this knowledge on to people moving forward. It says number 10, Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I will also keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. What does that mean? By following these three things, God is here as a protector, as a shelter, as a guard. It means literally, no matter what comes my way, I can overcome because I walk with God. How simple is that? Because I have belief in myself. Because I can display being I can display being a humble person. But it's not only displaying, it's also being, because I understand that everything that I say, everything that I do, the way that my mind works is because God has blessed me to do so. Not only that, but I am conscious of where I'm doing right now. I am aware of how my actions affect other people. I am aware of the love that I show others. I'm aware of when I'm saying something that's offensive to the other person. That's simple. Simple to be able to continue to move on, to have this protection of God over us, that if something hurricane comes, you ever wonder how only a few people survive, because God knows what he's doing. Okay? It says, behold, I come quickly. Number 11, hold that fast which thou hast had, that no man take thy crown. What does that mean? That people will always try to bring you down. People will always have something to say about you. But it is up to you to have faith in your own belief. It is up to you to move the way you want to. It is up to you to fix your crown and say, you know what? You're not finna get me. You can't distract me. You understand? I'm going to still get up and I'm going to praise God on a Wednesday. All right, y'all. Number 12. Him that overcometh will I make a pillar in the temple of my God. First of all, what is a pillar? A pillar is something that is needed for support. That means you're unmoving. That means without you, things fall. It says, and he shall go out no more. He shall go no more out. And I will write upon his name the name of my God, and the name of the city of my God, which is New Jerusalem, which cometh down from heaven from my God, and I will write upon his new name. Once again, this is belonging to your soul family. This is belonging to something that is bigger than yourself, because now you're a pillar. But a pillar supports a house. All right. So it's not saying that you're the house. It's saying that you're part of the thing that keeps everything moving. Once again, why I started this live to begin with, because we are all part of this network. We are all part of something bigger. It says number 13, he that have an ear, once again, it said this in chapter 5, him that have an ear, let him hear what the Spirit says unto the churches. It's not for everybody. And you have to be discerning of that. Jeez. It says that unto the angel of the church of the Laodiceans, write, these things saith the Amen, the faithful and the true witness in the beginning of God's creation. 15, I know thy works, and thou art neither cold nor hot, and would thou wert cold or hot. So 16, so then, because thou art lukewarm and neither cold nor hot, I will spew thee out of my mouth. What does that mean, guys? That means don't get comfortable. Okay? You are neither hot nor cold. What is the first thing that I said in the first couple of verses was what? Simply that we are forever in a movement of evolution. We are constantly upgrading our lives. We are constantly evolving. We are constantly learning lessons. Every time we move, we elevate. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? So you cannot be neither cold nor hot. What does cold mean? Cold means that I'm comfortable. I'm not really helping nobody. I'm not worried about nobody else. So I've already done what I wanted to do. Now at this point, you just drinking and living your life away and doing whatever you want to. Not saying anything's wrong with drinking, but what are you doing for others? I think a lot of people forget that here on earth, it's not our job only to take care of ourselves and save our own souls, but also to be a light. Because when you're saving your own soul, people see that. Okay? So neither hot nor cold. What that means is that making sure that you are constantly in this move of evolution, that you are always certified and standing and knowing where your strength comes from. That's like somebody asking you, for people who have kids, who's your baby daddy? And you saying, I don't know who my baby daddy is. How hot and cold is that? You cold because you don't even know? Hot because you don't even want to give us a guess? You understand? Like, Don't be like that when it comes to God. Don't be like that when it comes to your strength. Don't be like that when people ask you where your blessings come from. Say nobody but God himself. Yeah, I might have got up and I might have did the work, but if it wasn't for God, I wouldn't have been blessed. If it wasn't for God, I wouldn't have woke up. If it wasn't for God, you wouldn't even be able to see it to tell me. This whole idea of us looking at each other on live is because God gave somebody the idea to invent this little device. Number 17, and I think this is how I am going to end this. It says, because thou sayest, I am rich and increased with goods, and have need of nothing, and knowest not that thou art wretched, miserable, and poor, and blind and naked. I'm going to say that one more time, because it says, because thou sayest, I am rich and increased with goods, and have need of nothing, and knowest not that thou art wretched, or miserable, poor, blind, and naked. That is directly targeting the way that we see life, the way that you talk about your situation. He says, because thou sayest, I am rich and increased with goods. Does that sound like a conversation of lack? No, it says that I am rich because I'm alive. I am rich because my needs are all met. I am rich because I have a roof over my head, lights on, water in my house, and food in my stomach. Do you understand that? Because you are rich because of what you see for yourself. Do not speak lack into yourself. Stop complaining. I don't know who that's for, but stop complaining. Okay? Because complaint is saying that you have lack. Oh, I need to pay my bills. You telling God that he ain't been taking care of you. Know that these things is going to happen for you. Because thou sayest, I am rich and increased with goods. Please speak power into your life. Even to your kids, calling them your broke best friends. Don't talk about your children like that. Them kids finna have money. You gonna give it to them. And if you don't give it to them, you gonna give them the stuff that they need to know to have it. Speak life into yourself. Speak love into your friends. Speak life into your family. Speak life into your past. I know we all done been hurt before. I ain't new to this. Okay, my ancestors was going through this before me. I've seen my own mom struggle. What does that mean? That means that we know what it's like to not have God in our lives in the way that we expect him to show up. But how many times has God expected us to show up and we let him down? How many times has he asked you to show up, to pull up, to say something to somebody and you chose not to? Don't feel bad for it. I just want to relate. Today, on this Wednesday, we just got done reading chapter 3, verses 1 through 17 in Revelations. And I want to say, y'all, that this touched my heart on something serious. And I'm praying that whoever is watching this video with me might also feel that type of conviction that I felt when I read this, because I understood that if I want to have this generational wealth, when I get to this part of my legacy where people can say, damn, Sharika really did something different here. It's because I followed my inner guidance. I opened my door because I saw what God has done for me and for everyone else in my life. It's crazy how you could have people in your circle who are doing well, and for some reason you want to hate about it. How sway? Why does it hurt you to see other people be successful? These are things that we should take into account, okay? Before you go ahead and reflect what you have on other people, take a look within. Because really in the Bible, it tells you that the door that you open, no man shutteth. God is so good, y'all. And I really hope that whoever was meant to hear this message with me heard this message with me, man, because it's just a reminder that even in times where you feel as though there's more that you could be doing, or times where you feel weak, or times where you feel like there's nothing else more that you can do, remember that the most thing that you can do is be present. You can always choose to do better than the day before. You can always choose to put your best foot forward. You could have been laying in bed all day today and you see this video and you decide to get up and do a 20-minute workout, and guess what? That's improvement. Believe it or not. It's the intention. It's the, you know what? I want to be better than yesterday. I love y'all so much, and I really hope that this message definitely hit the way that I felt it inside my heart when I read it today. I highly recommend that we as a group get more together and have these open conversations about enlightenment and opening up our hearts and moving correctly and just being better than yesterday, because in the Bible it says that no man is perfect. We are always evolving. We are always getting better. We are always human first. Human first right now in this life. Intended to make mistakes. Intended to bump our heads. Intended to be great sometimes, and sometimes, you're not. But recognize it and push forward, right? Because as you heal, you can heal other people around you, because people don't even know what you're going through. I love y'all so much. Francesca, thank you for commenting. I appreciate y'all so much for joining my live today. It was really a pleasure reading Revelations 3 with y'all, and I really hope that we can do this again. It's a pleasure. Thank you guys for joining TiyeSiya Tarot. Remember, it's been real.